Council in Dimapur in the presence of Airport Authority of India, Director of Dimapur, upon arrival of the deceased body. The report also suggested that the funeral rites of Lamlanthan Singson will be performed after her lifeless body reached Kangpokpi district. However, due to poor road conditions and planned condolence by community members along the route, the group is expected to reach home between 9 and 10 p.m. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC President K. Megachandra has attributed the cause of recent flash floods in the state to the negligence of Water Resource Department WRT. He was speaking to reporters on the sidelines of a one-day free health camp organized by Dr. Cell MPCC in collaboration with Chief Medical Officer Imphal East and Yashkul Block Congress Committee at Wangkai Puja Lampak Community Hall today. Speaking further, the MPCC president criticized the president's rule government in Manipur over its incompetencies in addressing the plights and problems of the public, stating that recent floods could have been prevented or minimized its intensity had the WRD, Water Resource Department authorities repaired dams and vulnerable riverbanks before the onset of monsoon season. He alleged that the late openings of Dalai Thabi Barrage shutters has resulted in water overflowing and flooding in Iril River. He went on to demand adequate compensation for the damages caused by the recent floods. More than 100 individuals taking shelter in relief camps have received the benefits of the health camp today.
President rule government si na hojik thengnariba akhoi flood fighting gi measures lokholiba mayam singsu totally unsatisfactory akhoi mapung phadi flood thoibasi masi kari dagi tholakpano hairabadi sarkar na water resource department adagi leiba matam chana nungju tha lakadore na hairabadi mahusana convention adagi akhoi gi leiba department sina dam laiba ringbun adagi river bank mayam singsi nungju tha lakringai da matam chana repairing tawbo kopasi tawbadabani adubu handaki president rule government asina masi tawkhidi handak sida unexpected oiba akoi flood situation am phangi bise negligence of the akoi officials of the water resources ne.
State government has officially enacted the Manipur Names of Places Act 2024, aimed at streamlining the process for naming and renaming places across the state. The act was published in the Extraordinary Gazette on March 15, 2024, during the tenure of former Chief Minister N. Biren. According to an official notification issued by Namoyjam Khedavart Singh, Secretary, Land Resources, the Act mandates that any naming or renaming of locations within the state must receive prior approval from the Land Resources Department. In alignment with these provisions, the state has constituted Place Names Committee through an order dated December 19, 2024. This committee will submit recommendations on place names for the government's review and decision. Departments and relevant authorities have been instructed to strictly comply with the provisions of the new legislations. Violations will invoke penalties under Section 1(3) of the Act, which prescribes imprisonment ranging from 1 to 3 years and a fine between 50,000 rupees and 2 lakh rupees. The authority also instructed all administrative departments and deputy commissioners to ensure full adherence to the Act and its guidelines. Panic struck at Thoubal Okram Maninglaikai today after a hand grenade was discovered at the gate of a private residence belonging to Ningombam Babu, aged 64 years, son of late in Acho, a special contractor by profession. The incident occurred under the jurisdiction of Thoubal police station. According to reports, the explosive device was spotted around 6 a.m. by Babu's brother while sweeping the surroundings of their residence. The family immediately informed the Thoubal police, following which a police team rushed to the location and safely retrieved the grenade. Strongly condemning the incident, local Merapibis along with residents organized a sit-in protest at Okram Kaithel Community Hall. Protesters displayed various placards reading, "We condemn the threatening civilians, we condemn planting bombs at residential areas, and we condemn the keeping bombs at local houses." The demonstrators demanded that those responsible for planting the explosive be identified and appropriate action be taken. They also appealed to all concerned to refrain from involving civilians in such acts of intimidation.
Hauji asuk yamna waraba aikoi amana ama wabada hainingai leitana leiraba maraksida adugi mathakta amok aikoi praja singsi kanana kari haibasi karomda chalaga aikoi kaidaujige na waringai mathak aduga irang sina maram oiraga mipha mipun maraksida adagi misi mina asoiba arangba mayam sina thallaba maraksida sumaina yum amada adusu yum sisu mi yamna kungba jaga amada sumaina khangawdana hairiba bom asi thamamba je aikoi aduki mati yajaningde hairiba thambiramiba misak or hairiba loop ase sisu yaragadi imung asida kari maramgi kaidobagino haibado sengtopiyo.
Residents along the road leading from National Highway 102 to Commando Complex under Kangabok Assembly constituency staged roadblock in protest over prolonged lack of pavement and deteriorating condition of the road, which has become increasingly hazardous for commuters. The road is also a key lifeline for residents of Hayel Labuk village. Commuters of the road, such as students, emergency services and patients, face severe difficulties due to the deteriorating condition of the road. Speaking to media, one of the protesters highlighted that the local residents have repeatedly submitted memorandum to the local MLA, local elected person and even former Chief Minister N. Birain to pave the road. She further stated that the road often becomes flooded during rainfall and that the presence of large potholes has turned it into a serious hazard for Delhi commuters. Students in particular have sustained injuries while cycling along the route. The protesters appealed to concerned authorities to address the issue urgently and expedite the road's construction and paving.
CM Birenda Choko application Thagre, Adu Matamatangi, Zilla, members of Hajaria, Dukanamtana, Hanatuna Yang Bidaway Manamna, Toroxi Ishing Chow, Matam Choko, Nokitan Tabaga, Kuching Ishing Chow Tokana Lare, Tatra Naharon Kaya Satpam Ju, Nate Chadre, Alaman Kaya, Lambichat Padasukudong Chadre, to Chanbaka Yaure, Shokaya, Yaure, Adanamachi Mari, like Navana, Tinction Biona Hajari. Lambisha Chembi Diwamatam, Katana, King and Zagadori, Masida Kanagomba, Lamindra, Pataraga, Apapata Toko Dido, Masar Pujagani.
Moirang constituency MLA Thongam Shanti today unveiled a newly constructed monumental statue related to Manipuri epic Khamba Thoibi at the residential complex of Mairanbam Inau today. The statue unveiling function was attended by Ingu Khadrakpa Salam, Ibochoba of Ibuthau Thangjing from Naiba Loishang, Moirang College retired principal Sarat Chandra Sharma and representatives of Thangjing Seva Mandal and several CSOs. Speaking on the sidelines, MLA T. Shanti emphasized the importance of preserving one's own culture and traditions. He also called for making collective efforts towards protecting the rich cultural heritage of the state. Mairanbam Inau, who dedicated the site for constructing the statue, also expressed keen desire to carry forward the legacy of Moirang Kanglei Road.
Kudai Kanbata. Aku ini parampura ada kisah nelawa, bayangdo. Kau fokus dulu masih di. Aku kudai je, mina laksana ini. Aku isagi culture, identity. Aku isat nak kanglol. Kau ini nak lajari ba aku ini kodum tu mangal laga. Bigi batau tamna bahut dalam kau dengi. Aku ini masih macam itu cerita ni. Masih puncing cerita ni. Aku batau kanma masam. Madu ni, ay nagtagtag ni masih. Madu ni, ay naman ni katong sa hadis. Aku ini culture yang kecil tadi. Aku ini mampu sana. Orang Taderon kan berduk nanti kande. Angin aku jaga dia berduk nanti kande. Utopi do. Madu tanggal ni do. Emeli yang pan dia betul. Ibu saya view macam mamang dah.
All Manipur United Fish Farmer Association, in short AMAFA, and its affiliate Imphal West District United Fish Farmer Association began its 10-day training program on pisciculture from today at Hyangkhong. The training program is being sponsored by RSETI of State Bank of India, and it was organized under the aegis of All Manipur United Clubs Organization AMUCO. The opening function was attended by SBI RSETI Director Y. Deban, AMAFA President M. Bimolchan, Vice President of AMUCO Dr. Narendra Thokchom, AMUCO Assistant Secretary Organization T.H. Shanti Kumar, MSRLM Member K. Jagajit, and District Coordinator Livelihood Farm Ranjina Potsangbam. Addressing the function, Y. Deban advised the trainees to take benefit from the training to improve the financial status of their families as well as improve the economy of the state. He also assured that State Bank of India will provide necessary aids to those farmers who work hard with honesty. Meanwhile, AMUCO Vice President Dr. Narendra Thokchom emphasized the importance of producing the state's own products in order for the state to stop relying on imported products. He also highlighted that fish production has been significantly increased in the last few years. Malavia Mission Teacher Training Center, Manipur University, organizes a 6-day-long short-term program for teachers on advances in artificial intelligence and data science at Court Hall of Manipur University today. Speaking in the opening day function, the Vice-Chancellor of Manipur University, Professor N. Lokendra, highlighted the significance of artificial intelligence, AI and data science at present days and its potential in future. He added that through artificial intelligence and data science, various sectors including health, education can benefit a lot. It will help in problem solving and decision making across all disciplines. Member of Implementation Committee, New Education Policy 2020 and UGC Northeast, Professor Irom Gambir, Director of Manipur University MMTTC, Professor R.K. Budhon, and Head of Computer Science Department, Manipur University, Dr. Kumukcham Ravindro, along with other eminent persons graced the program.
Particular program introduces core concepts like machine learning models, deep learning frameworks, data pre-processing, and the model evaluation technique, all of which can be directly applied using open source platform and accessible tools. Therefore, I urge all participants to engage deeply with all these sessions, actively, engage in this 6 days program. Artificial intelligence is not just about coding. It is about problem solving, pattern recognition, and decision making. Skills that are transferable across discipline. As we work to implement the vision of NEP 2020, faculty development in emerging technologies is vital. Program like this build the foundation for a digitally empowered and research-driven academic environment.
Let's have a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Keep watching SKTV News.
I come from Ukhrul, a small town in Manipur. While growing up, I didn't always see how my voice could shape decision. But I've learned something important. Every vote counts. And it begins with your name on the electoral roll. If you are turning 18 on or before the 1st of July, it's your time. It's your right. Register to vote. Don't wait to be told. Don't let others decide for you. Wherever you are from, your voice matters. Get registered as a voter and be counted. Count me in.
Welcome back. You're watching Afternoon English Bulletin on SKTV. Now proceeding with other news. Department of Teacher Education in Manipur University organized its educational field visit cum community contact program for the academic session 2024-25 today at Hauren Chingyang Community Hall today, located at Thanga village in Bishnupur district. As a part of the program, several trainees collected data by conducting a field survey on the living condition of the villages. Speaking in this regard, Program Coordinator, Associate Professor Dr. Thoubal emphasized the role and contribution that teachers can make in community level and society besides their academic activities. He added that the field survey report will be submitted to the varsity, which in turn will be handed over to government's authority to be used in making a policy program. During the visit, teaching, non-teaching and trainees presented clothes and eatable items to the villagers. Manipuri Chanura Khorje Lub Lakhipur Kasar Assam, Dekhao Sangvi Sanamahi Lub Kuno and Lakhipur Kuno Maira Lub jointly organized observance of June 18 uprising and Unity Day yesterday. People paid rich tribute to 18 martyrs who laid down their lives in the mass protest which erupted on June 18, 2001. President of Manipuri Chanura Khorje Lub Lakhipur, Sawam Ongbi Jayanti, Founder President of Lining Thau Sanamahi Kanglop Nongthongbam Biren, Founder President of Ibuthau Thangjing Karam Rangkha Moirangthem Gauramani, Vice President of Manipuri Chanura Khorje Lub Lakhipur Dr. Khaidem Ongbi Sagapam Merina attended the observance, which was held at Lakhipur Dekhao Sangvi Laisham. In a good gesture, donors group of Diamond TV, Wahong Radio and their viewers and listeners extended monetary assistance of 50,000 rupees to Mayang Lambam Dhaina of Kakching Paji Laikai Manalai Pareng, who is currently undergoing treatment for cancer. Speaking on the sidelines, Managing Director of Diamond TV and Wahong Radio, James Hekrujam, informed that Dhaina is a member of the donor group who contributed 100 rupees per month from the earnings she made from making licensed incense sticks. He added that the monetary assistance provided to the cancer survivor was contributed by donor members, including Second in Command of CRPF, Wangkai Mayum Nandini, OC Saram Suresh and listeners and viewers of Diamond TV and Wahong Radio. Now moving on to national news. India intends to send the severely damaged black box from the crashed Air India Boeing 787 to the United States for in-depth analysis, as extensive fire damage sustained during the crash has made data extraction within the country unfeasible. The flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder, collectively known as black box, are painted bright orange and are near the aircraft's tail section, where crash impact is typically minimal. According to various national news outlets, these devices often sustain significant damage from crash impact or subsequent fires. The digital flight data recorder will undergo examination at National Safety Transport Board Laboratory in Washington. The findings will be shared with India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, AAIB, as international protocols mandate that the country where the incident occurred leads the investigation. A special evacuation flight carrying 110 Indian students from war-torn Iran landed safely at Delhi airport, bringing much-needed relief to anxious families waiting to welcome their loved ones. Among those evacuated, 90 students hailed from Jammu and Kashmir. The evacuation was a part of a government-coordinated effort after the students were first shifted to Armenia due to the deteriorating situation in Iran amid its escalating conflict with Israel. Family members praised the government's swift response. In light of the escalating violence between Iran and Israel, the Indian government has intensified its efforts to ensure the safety of Indian nationals, especially students. On June 15, the Indian embassy in Tehran had issued an advisory urging Indian nationals to restrict unnecessary movement and stay connected with official channels for updates. As Iran's airspace remains closed, India has coordinated with Iranian authorities to arrange safe passage through land borders with neighboring countries such as Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan and Afghanistan. In a major step to enhance voters' convenience, the Election Commission of India (ECI) has rolled out a new standard operating procedure to ensure the delivery of electors' photo identity cards in short epochs within 15 days of any update in the electoral rolls. The initiative is a part of a broader push to modernize and streamline electoral services. Voters will now be notified via SMS at every stage from epoch generation by the Electoral Registration Officer to its final delivery by the Department of Posts. This applies to both newly enrolled voters and existing electors who update their details. Currently, it takes over a month for the epoch to be delivered to voters. And now the weather report. According to ICR Regional Centre Imphal, state's maximum temperature was recorded at 30.6 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 23.5 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 92% in the morning and 64% in the evening today. Meanwhile, India Meteorological Department (IMD) Meteorological Center Imphal has issued a yellow alert for Senapati, Ukhrul, Kamjong, Technopal and Chandal district today with chances of thunderstorm and lightning at isolated places. These districts will face similar condition on June 20 as well. For June 21st, IMD has predicted a thunderstorm with lightning and heavy rain at isolated places in the state. And similar weather condition will continue throughout the state till June 22nd. And before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Speaker Thoubal stresses urgent need for elected government in Manipur over prolonged president's rule. And the family members and relatives received mortal remains of Air India crash victim Lamlunten Simpson at Manipur Airport. Well, that's all we have in this afternoon bulletin. Now, before we leave, a quick reminder, COVID-19 is around. Wear your masks, wash your hands frequently, maintain safe distance and get vaccinated. Stay safe, stay responsible. Thank you for being with us and keep watching for more news updates. Till then, have a great evening.